Number 1. Budapest defense. d4. Knight f6. c4. e5. Pawn takes pawn. Knight e4. Knight f3. Pawn b6. Queen d5. Bishop b7. Queen takes bishop. Knight c6. Queen a6. Bishop b for check. Bishop d2. Knight c5. Queen b5. Bishop takes bishop check. Knight takes bishop. Pawn a6. Queen is trapped, white resigned. Number 2. Russian game. e4. e5. Knight f3. Knight f6. d4. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn e5. Knight e4. Queen takes pawn. Pawn d4. Knight c3. Bishop c5. Queen takes pawn. Bishop takes pawn check. King d1. Knight takes knight check. Pawn takes knight. Queen takes queen check. White resigned. Number 3. Queen S gambit. d4. d5. c4. e5. Pawn takes d5. d4. Pawn e3. Bishop b for check. Bishop d2. Pawn takes pawn. Bishop takes bishop. Pawn takes pawn check. King e2. Pawn takes knight, promote knight check. Rook takes knight. Bishop g for check. White resigned. Number 4. Italian game. e4. e5. Knight f3. Knight c6. Bishop c4. Knight f6. Knight g5. Bishop c5. Knight takes pawn f7. Bishop takes pawn check. King takes bishop. Knight takes pawn check. King e1. Queen h for check. King e2. Queen f to check. King d3. Knight c5 check. King c3. Queen d for checkmate. Number 5. e4. e5. Knight f3. Knight c6. Bishop c4. Knight f6. Knight g5. Bishop c5. Knight takes pawn. Bishop takes pawn check. King takes bishop. Knight takes pawn check. King e1. Queen h for check. Pawn g3. Knight takes pawn. Pawn takes knight. Queen takes rook check. King e2. Knight d for check. King e3. Queen takes queen. White resigned. Number 6. e4. e5. Knight f3. Knight c6. Bishop c4. Knight f6. Knight b5. Bishop c5. Knight takes pawn. Bishop takes pawn check. King takes bishop. Knight takes pawn check. King f1. Castling. White resigned. Number 7. e4. e5. Knight f3. Knight c6. Bishop c4. Pawn f5. Pawn d3. Bishop c5. Knight g5. Pawn f4. Knight f7. Queen h4. Pawn g3. Queen h3. Knight takes rook. Pawn d5. Bishop takes pawn. Bishop g4. Pawn f3. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes bishop. Pawn g2. White resigned. Number 8. e4. e5. Knight f3. Knight c6. Bishop c4. Pawn f5. Pawn d4. Pawn takes pawn e4. Knight takes pawn. Pawn d5. Queen h5 check. Pawn g6. Knight takes pawn. Knight f6. Queen h4. Knight takes pawn. Bishop b3. Knight f5. Queen h3. Knight t7. Queen b3. Knight takes knight. White resigned. Number 9. e4. e5. Knight f3. Knight c6. Bishop c4. Pawn f5. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn e4. Knight g1. Pawn d5. Queen h5 check. King e7. Bishop b3. Knight f6. Queen g5. Pawn h6. Queen g6. Knight d4. Pawn g4. Bishop b7. Pawn c3. Bishop e8. Queen less white resigned.